everyone, my name is Maham Qadri and I'm the CEO and founder of Texapreneur. As you know, Texapreneur is a platform that sheds light on entrepreneurs and business owners all over Texas, as well as learning about incredible individuals that are all over from the state of Texas. So I'm honored to have Trevor Daniel here with me today.
What's up?
As he's from Texas and his journey has been incredible to watch as not only a fan, but someone who's also from the hometown of Houston, where you're from. And I think it's incredible to see how you've paved the way for your music career and what all you've done in your music career. So I really just want to learn a little about you today, and I'm honored that you're here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Yeah,
appreciate
of course.
you.
So we will just go straight to it. So Falling was that single for you that blew up.
Yeah.
You know, anytime I'm on the radio, I hear that song and it immediately reminds me of that one heartache you have, that one romance that you have in life. How was that your experience writing that song when you wrote it, and how do you feel about it now?
Yeah, I mean, like pretty much it was just, everybody thinks it's a sad song for some reason, but it's really just, I was in this headspace, like, I don't know, I got out of a relationship in high school, and I was like, oh bro, like I'm never gonna do that again. Like this sucks, like no love, whatever.
Right.
And yeah, and then I got in another relationship, of course, and I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
And that's just long story short.
Of course.
But, you know, just to kind of dumb it down a little bit because it's just, there's a whole lot that went into it, but
yeah, definitely.
But like when making the song, it was really cool. Like quite a few years had passed since like I felt that way.
Right.
And I still felt that way, but it was just like, I don't know, it was, you know, writing about something that, like a memory.
Of course. I think it's nice as an artist or even an author or a poet, you know, you write something that happens at a certain time in your life, and when you reflect back at it later, you're like, how did I feel that way at a certain time, you know? But it's always nice to have that, and as an artist, you have that to be able to document and know how you felt at certain points of your life. So your most recent album, Nicotine, I'm a huge fan of it. Is there a certain song on there that really resonates with you or you feel like it hits close to home?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of them, because I wrote the whole album based off of like 2019,
right.
like that year that I made the album. And all of those songs really connected to me. And I think, I don't know, like I said, all of them, because I made like probably like 100 songs to get those 10.
Right.
And yeah.
How is your writing style? So when you release a song, do you kind of not think about it anymore? Do you feel a release? Do you feel like you're away from that moment? Kind of explain your process in writing music and how you feel after the song is already released.
Yeah, so when I'm making the song, I literally just go in there and I try not to think at all.
Okay.
Like I literally don't, like some people will go in and they'll have something on their mind and they'll want to write about it. And sometimes I'll do that.
Right.
But usually I go in and like, I'm just like wanting to make something. And then like, we'll start making the beat or something. And whatever that kind of what headspace that puts me in.
Right.
Like whatever, some things are just nostalgic, like sounds and stuff.
Of course.
And it'll bring me back to a memory or something that a friend went through or whatever.
Definitely.
And like, yeah, I'll just like write about that because like the instruments like make me feel that way.
Yeah,
or like
sure.
it brings back that memory or like something. And so I just like don't think about it.
Speaking of memory, I actually read somewhere that your mom created this scrapbook for you for a Christmas gift. Is that true? Yeah. So she put screenshots together of kind of the accomplishments that you've hit in your career path. And when I read that put a huge smile to my face. As someone who just recently created my own platform, again, it's growing, it's very small, but I think it's always important to celebrate small wins. And so for you, how was it seeing that scrapbook, still probably having it, scrolling through it from time to time? How do you feel when you receive that gift, firstly, and how do you feel when you look at it?
Well, like when I received it, it was just like weird seeing it all because everything happened really fast.
Right.
Because the song had been out and like, you know, I was posting these things or whatever, but I was like always on the go.
Right.
And I wasn't used to that yet. Now I get anxious if I'm not.
Right,
you know,
right.
this year has been crazy for me, but like just not going. But I guess like it kind of reminded me to just kind of live in the moment and like focus on those things. Just yeah, because I don't know, it was really nice, just like because she thought about it, and like moms are just super sweet with that kind of stuff. And like she took the time to like scrapbook it and like lay it out in like the time frames and everything from when just like my really old stuff, and then just when things started doing, I don't know, like 1,000 plays or like whatever. And it just like reminds me, like, because sometimes like I'll release something now and not every song's gonna go like massive, like falling, you know, but like it just reminds me, like, you know, it doesn't always have to be like that. Like there's like things that there was a time where I would get geeked if like I got 1,000 plays, you know what I mean? So like there's just like, it's all perspective and just kind of like, just, I don't know, being in the moment.
Of course. I think being in the moment this year has been so important. So I wanted to ask you, Trevor, so this year, obviously COVID-19 hit. It was a huge, immense downfall for a lot of people. People lost lives, business owners lost their source of income, people are out of jobs. And so as an artist, how was it for you to be able to still create music? However, you're almost having to be maybe stuck at home and you're not able to be in front of people, which is, I know a lot of people enjoy that in-person interaction. So how was it for you this past year?
Yeah, like it was just so weird. I don't even know, like, it was just like all these different steps of how I felt. Like, because the very beginning of the year, everything was crazy busy. We did 2 shows that were like teaser shows for the tour, and they both sold out. So it was like really good signs.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were in LA and New York. And then, so those sold out, and it was just like, everything was just happening. And like, I wasn't sleeping but it was like, I was cool with it because like I had slept like 3 hours last night too, but yeah, like at the time I was just going like 2 days no sleep, but it didn't feel like it because I just had all this like adrenaline or something. I was just like going. And then all of a sudden it just like stops. As soon as we announced the tour, like we were gonna go on our own tour. We were gonna open up on Camila Cabello's tour.
Oh, okay, wow.
And then we were gonna be like the main opener for her.
Right.
And like my drummer was gonna get on risers and shit. It
that
was gonna be so
cool.
sick. But like
It'll happen again.
things
will settle down again.
And that's the thing too. Like I got really bummed out because it went from like all this to like just sitting in my house, and then I don't know. Like and I never really get writer's block. Like I didn't believe in it for the longest. Like I used to when I would think about it a lot, but like once I figured out like not to think about when I'm writing those songs and stuff, and just go in and just like let whatever happens happen, because that's really what your mind is like naturally kind of like trying to do anyway. And like it, like I don't know, I had writer's block for like the first time in forever, and it was just super weird, and it got me like really depressed and stuff.
Of course.
And then I'm like really big on manifesting, and I like talk about this all the time to my friends, and I feel like that year kind of like got me out of that like, I swear I was
There's
before all
rut that you feel, and then you kind of are out of it. Yeah.
Because it's like weird to explain. Like, I was like in this like zone or frequency or whatever.
Course,
like, not trying to sound fake deep or whatever, but I was in this like area where we could say the most outrageous stuff, like anything, literally anything, and it would happen. I'm not playing. Like, me and my friends because when we started the Nicotine album, we were like, okay, everybody that comes in this Airbnb, like, because we made it in an Airbnb.
I know, exactly.
And like, we were like, don't, like, no negativity. If you feel like irritated while you're making the song, like, step back, go somewhere, watch Netflix, do whatever, you know what I mean? Don't force it. Like, no negativity, don't question anything. Like, the only thing we're gonna say is like, it's gonna do great things, like, and just say the most outrageous shit that comes to your mind.
Manifesting does so much. It's insane. And I think this year especially, I think a lot of people felt that way. They're, you know, again, they were struggling with their businesses, with their homes, with their incomes, with families feeling like they were away from their families, they couldn't travel. And so just being positive this year was a huge impact on people's mental and emotional health. And so it's really nice to see that you did that, and it worked.
It was like, that's the thing, because it was like on and off.
Right.
Because like it was before COVID, it was like really strong, and I swear, like we would, like this was before falling really took off too. Like we would walk around, and my friend has this on camera, I swear, and we're walking on Hollywood Boulevard, and like we see, I think it was like Jimmy Kimmel Live or something. I'm like, bro, how much want to bet? Like I manifest this right now, bro. This is gonna happen. We're gonna be on a late night show, like in the next 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And then also we were talking about tour. We're like, oh, we're gonna open up for like somebody crazy. Like it's just gonna be insane, and it's gonna be a stadium tour. Like we gotta do stadiums this year. Like no, like we just gotta do stadiums this year. And then that night, I swear, like, and it's all on camera, all in the same like like chip or whatever. Like, and he got this on camera too. Like I literally have the videos. Like I'll have him send it to us.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
My manager Brad calls me and he's like, hey, we're talking to this late night show. They want you to come do following. I'm like, bro, what?
That's insane.
I'm like, bro, what the hell? We were just talking about this.
We were just talking about it today.
Yeah, and then it was like, also, Camila Cabello is asking if you want to go and open on tour with, just what, like literally just what I said. And then we just started, we were just like, all right, bro, this is weird. Cause like we had been like manifesting things and like could have been coincidence at that point. But at this point it was like, all right, this is weird. So we just started saying wild stuff. Like anything that came to our minds that was like positive, and like that we wanted, like we wouldn't even say like, oh yeah, like, you know, it'll happen eventually. We're like, this is gonna happen. And people would just be like, oh yeah, you know, like you kind of like gotta ground yourself, blah blah blah, and then it would happen, and people were like, yo, like what the hell?
What is going on?
Like this is crazy. But then this year happened, and it kind of got me. Not even gonna lie, like I got really bummed out, and I got out of that like kind of zone that I was in. And like I experienced writer's block for the first time in a long time, and like I just got really bummed out because like all these plans, and it was literally all done. Like we had the spreadsheets and stuff on like where we were gonna go, like the flights were booked, everything. And then like it just like all went away, and I'm like, bro, what?
That's what was, I think, so crazy about this year, was that in a blink of an eye, people they lost everything, whether it was just that sense of touch or that sense of having an in-person interaction. And so, you know, another time I felt like was a big reflection for me, and I know it's for you as well, was during Hurricane Harvey. You know, it devastated a lot of people's homes, and people lost everything, including my family, actually. It was definitely took a huge hit on our home. And I read somewhere that, you know, the only thing you took was your music equipment. And so how do you feel like kind of that time that you had as well, kind of seeing that anything can happen, honestly? How did you feel at that point when Hurricane Harvey hit?
Yeah, like Harvey was kind of a lot like this year, except I looked at it at a more positive view, like during Harvey than I did this year. And like, I don't know, I was like, this year I was blessed enough, like there's a lot of people who literally lost their jobs and stuff. Like, yeah, I was having writer's block, whatever, but I can make money, like literally just from recording music, and like that's insane to me still. Like I wake up every day and I'm just like, bro, I technically don't have to do like anything because someone else is telling me to do it. You know, that's wild. And what I get to do is like make music. That's insane. It's insane. And then, but like that's just crazy. But a lot of people like, you know, lost their jobs this year in COVID, and then a lot of people lost their homes in Harvey. And yeah, we were in an apartment, and like, so we were renting, so it was like easier.
Of course.
But like, and like we lost like all our stuff or whatever. But I swear, like, me and my friend like canoed into like down Camila Drive.
Yeah, people were canoeing and like
yeah,
kayaking
we
places.
literally did. We like canoed down there, and I had my music equipment and like a duffel bag full of clothes, because I didn't think it was gonna like flood it like that. I just like was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But like then I realized, like, because we went in the apartment and everything was trashed.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you see the water lines and everything, and I was literally standing in that, and I was just like at peace. I was like, I got my music stuff, I'm good.
Know, it's amazing.
Yeah, and it was crazy, because I was like, all right, like, I for sure, and I knew I wanted to do music, you know what I mean? But I was like, still trying to, like, impress people, like, not people, it was just really like adults. I was just like, I'm gonna go to college and blah, 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 but I wasn't.
Of
like,
course, yeah.
I would change what I wanted to do every day. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to be a nurse. I'm gonna do this, and like just change my stuff every day. But like, then I like went and quit my job that week, and like forced myself to make something happen on music, like with music.
Of course.
And so I started linking with YouTube channels and like making that connection. We'd split the profit, and they had a big like audience and everything.
Right.
And like the song, I'd give them a song to post. They'd make all the money from it, the first one, and then they like it would do well on their channel. And then the second song, I'm like, all right, now we should split it 50-50, because you know it's gonna do well.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So.
No, I think it's incredible to see the way in just a short time that you've gracefully created your music path, and there's so much more I'm sure you want to do, and I'm so excited to kind of see where your journey goes. You know, again, this platform is, you know, to give advice and give tips and motivate and inspire just amazing individuals from all over. And so I want to give you this chance to kind of give advice to aspiring musicians, aspiring artists, and kind of tell them, you know, that, hey, I did this, and you know, you can too. I know people would love to hear that from you.
Yeah, of course. First of all, this platform is super dope. Like, did some Instagram stalking. I was like, all right, cool. This is the move.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, because like this like type of like world of stuff, like I would watch a lot just to like motivate me and everything. So yeah, I love what you're doing.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, pretty much just like don't overthink things, and like you do have to get good at something, like, but you have to put a lot of work into it. And like you could put 10,000 hours into something and not have a growth mentality, and you're not gonna like get anywhere. You have to have a growth mentality.
Yeah.
Like you have to like be able to see the line between like who's a hater and who's giving you like their opinion and advice, like not trying to hate on you or something. And you have to figure out how to place those points and like filter that through your mind and put that to work. And you have to keep going even when it sucks, like, because it's probably gonna suck for a while. And you're gonna lose friends a lot of times, and that's okay, because like, you know, people come and they go, like in your journey, and there's some that stick around for a long time, some forever. And then you just gotta really just keep going and have the growth mentality where you can kind of critique yourself without overthinking it. It's hard to explain, because some people will say like, oh, if you're critiquing yourself, you're overthinking it. But it's just a fine line, and I don't really know how to tell you to find that line, but yeah, that's like probably the biggest thing. And then also just like understanding that just because you like something doesn't mean like it's perfect, or just because like other people currently like something doesn't mean that that's the way it should be forever either, you know. So I don't know, people might not understand what you're doing. And like if you have that vision for it and you really feel strongly about it, and you have the growth mentality to kind of really just pull it apart and see where you need to like adjust it and do little things to it to keep making it grow, then I don't know.
No,
I'm probably rambling and stuff.
No,
I slept 3 hours last night, forgive me, but
no, that's amazing advice. I think it's nice for people from all different backgrounds, whether you're a baker, you know, you're in fitness, you do photography, anything. It's nice to just get tips and advice from people of all backgrounds, because everyone has their own journey and their own kind of career path that they're, you know, paving for themselves. Right. And so that was incredible. And I feel like I've learned so much about you today and just speaking to you. And if you guys didn't already know, I had the pleasure of being able to speak to Trevor prior to this interview, and you were so humble and down to earth, and I definitely appreciate that. I know, you know, your career is taking off, but you have so much more talent and so much more to showcase to people, which I'm so excited for everyone to see. And so definitely, you know, stay tuned for Trevor's new music and what he has to bring about to everyone. And again, he's a Texas entrepreneur in every right, a musician, an artist, a creator, and I think that is something that you should definitely be proud of. So I am so happy that we were able to just sit here today and chat, and it was amazing getting to know you more.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.